Dr. Ajay Sharma is a pediatrician who's worked in London for the past 20 years working with children who have developmental disabilities. Thank you so much, Dr. Sharma, for taking the time to have this discussion with us. So, how early should early intervention be and how does it work?
But I would say as early as possible you can. Because when we do early intervention with children, that is what creates connections in the brain, and these connections are easier to form when children are younger. The other thing is that if you don't do early intervention, then a child may develop secondary problems, and by doing early intervention, you will avoid those secondary problems.
And what are the kinds of therapies that should be avoided with children?
Well, I would say first thing is try not to harm your child as a parent. There is really no point in being harsh and punitive with the child, because that only makes the child sad and upset and would harm the child. You should also be aware that there are people who are going to take advantage of your distress. So if there are things that people are offering and you are at all doubtful about it, then ask others, talk to them before taking it up.
How do I ensure daily activities support the goals I have for my child's development?
I think both parents need to think together about it and plan. If you have been given some activities or things to do by therapists, then first make sure you understand what needs to be done. Put some time aside for it, support each other, make sure someone else is there looking after other children or doing other things in the family. Also try to weave in things to do in your daily life. Like asking the child to help you to get to do some daily things like going to get something, putting things from one place to another place, asking the child to help you while you're doing some washing or working in the kitchen. Give child small things to do, and when the child does those things well or attempts to do those things, then praise the child and make sure you make it fun. Don't try to be like a teacher or a therapist. You're a parent.
How do we as parents interpret the efficacy of alternate therapies like Homeopathy or Ayurveda and their efficacy towards improving my child's medical concerns?
Well, first thing I'll say that I'm a pediatrician. I'm not a homeopathic doctor or an Ayurvedic doctor. What I would say is that first try not to do harm to your child. So find out whether what is being advised is not harmful to the child. The second thing is that just because you're giving homeopathic or Ayurvedic treatment, don't stop what your doctor or pediatrician advised you to give to your child, because that could harm your child. And finally, I'll say that keep your mind open. Watch your child. Watch whether the child is making progress or not. And don't keep it a secret. Just share it with others and see how things are going and then decide.
Once a child is diagnosed with a disability, it is a scary and difficult prospect for the family. So how do families face this situation?
I think the whole family needs to be involved in this. It's not something that just the mother can do or one odd family member can do. Mother, father, other family members need to be involved in this. The next thing is that you need to get information about what is affecting your child, who is going to help, what can you do to help your child's development or disability, and what else needs to happen. Information is really crucial thing here. The next thing I'll say is supporting each other. The mother particularly needs a lot of support because a lot of responsibilities fall on the mother. And finally, I would say you need to think and start planning for not just for short term, but start planning for how things are going to be worked out in the long term for you and your family and the child.